Hello again, this is Gaming Assembled. Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3 and our Madeira campaign. So, we are picking up from where we left off last time. Last time we established our the basis of our realm on the mighty fortress realm of Madeira, and we managed to get an ally. We expanded outwards. We conquered some new islands, which I'm not really sure. Would it be one of these? Be Tenerife somewhere? I'm guessing it's not the worst place in the world to expand to, but we expanded outwards and we managed to take obviously a second part of the de jure duchy, and so we created the ducal title and got a fancy new hat. We're also ill at the minute, but that's by the by. And that was sort of where we left off. We've managed to get our couple of extra wives, and we've got an extra child. I don't think anyone still wants to be our ally other than the local chap that's helping us already, this guy. And as I said last time, in the long run we'll be wanting to look at taking his lands for ourselves anyway, because that's naturally who we are. We're sort of a stab in the back kind of guy. So what are we going to start with today? Well, I think first thing, let's unpause it. Let's start by letting our levies build back up again. Yes, this was she's the physician of the former count of those islands. Our physician's a bit better, but she's a spare, that's fine. I suppose we could marry her off to one of our champions, and that would be a useful thing. There we go. So, excellent. Gives her a reason to stick around. Our courtiers there, let's have a little look. Why do these not like us so much? Arrogant versus humble, so it's more just traits things. Personal diplomacy or lack thereof. Fired from the council. Yes, these are the chaps who were on the council and were useless. So okay, well that's fine. So the levy's slowly building back up. One thing I said we'd look at is expanding out our men-at-arms regiments. Now we got some prestige from the conquest of those islands, and with the tribal governments it tends to be prestige that you're spending to get your men-at-arms regiments rather than gold. So what I'm thinking is we look at some pikemen. They're quite good in hills. In the long run I might swap out these light infantry for something else, but I think we get some pikemen for now, because these are quite good in hills and mountains, which is primarily what the territory is like around here. And that'll give us an extra 100 men, which will help. I'm thinking we'll go with that one. Hostile scheme success. Could look at some point trying to do some stabby. Ooh, that might be a good shout. This chap at the minute has got 892. Oh, and we're not ill anymore. That's good. 892 levies. We're going to look at wanting to sort of hit some of his lands on the mainland. His heir has got a marshal of 1, which will give him even less levies. He'll have a negative. So why don't we have a look at whether we can kill this guy, since this is what we specialise in. Support schemes, 59%. That's not bad. No one really wants to join it, but we'll see what happens there. But what I'm thinking is that we are building up our levies again, and let's say we're up to 700 out of 870. This chap's only got 400 men, so what we could look at doing is trying to do a little bit of a sneaky conquest and do that. Pay a hunter to draw a map. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do that. And he's been discreet. That's good. Right, so while we're waiting, let's see if we can get a little bit more land. So that'll give us a bit more in the way of levies, and we can land here and go over a land border rather than having to get a penalty for landing straight on. So that would be quite good as well. A sweet farewell, my lord. It has been a pleasure to be your guest here. Got to meet you. Alone made my stay worth it. Isn't that nice? But still, I beg you, would you please spend a night of passion with me before I leave? Oh, well. Very nice. So, well, how can you turn an offer like that down? I mean, we could. we could do that. Well, we could get some piety, or we could have a bit of fun, I suppose. Why not? There we go. Had a bit of fun, and that's that. Anyway, moving on. It's important to embrace other cultures, I guess. And he is polygamous at the end of the day. That's the way they roll. So, let's land troops. So, what I'm thinking in the long run, let's take this, there we go. Oh, that might not go so well. What I'm thinking in the long run is trying to expand out here, to possibly to this ridge line. I mentioned this last time. Oh, there we go, it is going in the right direction. So if we can look at trying to take some little bits of land here, this one next door as well. Might need my ally to just to be sure I win. But if I can look at trying to take some lands here in what I guess is now modern day Morocco, that will hopefully help, and can look at trying to form a kingdom at some point. But it should be interesting. I mean, I've never played this particular culture before. Let's speed this up a bit. But it should be an interesting playthrough. Choppy waters. So this is my plot to kill him. We've got reasonable chance. So inspecting a ship anchored in one of the harbours later in the week. It'd be easy to have my agents drench the rowing boat meant to ferry him out in flammable liquid. Wait until it is out just in the middle of the harbour, launch a flaming arrow, and then just let the water claim him. I even get that's nice, I even get less stress by doing this. Alright, let's see what happens. Flaming arrow shot by my agent blazed a burning path across the harbour, only to miss the boat by a hair's breadth. Oh dear. As the fire fizzled out in the cold ocean water, the passengers of the boat stared at it without comprehension for many seconds before pandemonium broke out. Fortunately, the archer got away with no traces of my involvement could be found. Let's try again. So, 69% still. Alright, so our daughter. And she's a giant. Yes, very good. Get the giant bonuses in there somewhere. Let's make you good at stewardship, I think. That's who we got that we could improve our relationship with this. Oh yeah, let's with the steward. There we go. I like that name. There we go. And have we won this war yet? Yes, we have. Have we captured anybody that's useful? So who are you? You are part of... Are you the actual leader? Yes, you are. So 48 gold. Yeah, we'll have that. Who are you? You are... I'm not sure who you are. You're a relative somehow? Must be. Seem to be related somehow. Probably a cousin or something. They're willing to pay 10 gold for you, so we'll... Oh, mind you, not got any gold, so I'm just giving it away for a favour hook. Maybe that'll help in the long run. Not quite sure how, but and then we've just got his kids who probably release when I go for this anyway. But I've got all his money, and that's the main thing. And I've still got my land, so that's another war won. And I'm still within my domain limit, which is okay. I need a new Chancellor though, so you look like a good candidate. And we'll look at trying to change the culture there to suit. So, what now? Tempted to try and do another little bit of a land grab, but I think perhaps we let the troops build back up first. What else could we do? What sort of money have we got? 70, 80 gold. Oh, there we go. So the time has come. My agents are in place. One of them will pay the assassin the very night the deed will happen. Another will ensure the wall is unguarded. A third will have a subtle trail of candles to Wali Eunice's bedchamber. Everything is in place. Do it. Ugh, it's not done it again. So it's been thwarted. Assassin made it inside the castle but did not reach his chambers. When he was spotted and the alarm was raised, the assassin immediately made his escape and has not been heard from since. He's now on his guard. Okay, well, we'll try again. Third time lucky. Yeah. So our little night of enjoyment is has had a consequence. I've got another daughter. Right, okay, so it looks like we've got this. Unexpected reunions, my lord. My heart would not know rest until I found you again. It is I. Okay. Do you remember me? Yes, it was all a few minutes ago. Cannot believe my eyes. Beautiful woman I indulged in many moons ago has now shown up at court. Beside her stands what appears to be her daughter, and I cannot help but react to her age. She's 0. You will find no home here, so she will lose opinion, and I learned of the heritage secret. Well, what I could do, it gives me some stress. I could bring her in because she's useful. I could just make this another secondary wife. That would work, and then there we go. It's all legitimate. There's no secrets. Everything's fine, and I've got another daughter. And that's that. Making it right. I've spent many sleepless nights worrying about my daughter Gosimara and what would happen to her if the truth of her parentage came out. Now that her mother and I are lawfully wedded, my old fears may finally rest. So the secret will haunt me no longer. So there we go. So I've now got my full complement of wives, my full complement of daughters. She's my bastard for some reason. Don't know why. But I suppose it's just the way the game's working. But there we are. So we'll give her an education. We'll make her stabby like me. Who could we give her to? My Spy Master, of course. That makes sense. So that might make a nice little bit of a story. Try and have that as a by axe and hammer, like that. But yeah, try and have that as a sort of a secondary and important family that we sort of maintain through the game. That might be quite cool. You know, sort of a if you watch Game of Thrones, I mean, you'll know that the Baratheons were a sort of an offshoot of the Targaryens. I suppose could have something similar here, you know, so they can be a secondary, an important family within the realm, perhaps. Expand on that, so maybe that'll make an interesting thing from a story perspective. But let's see, so we've got 4 years left trying to improve control there. That one is very much out of control. Oh, we've got yet another daughter. We have many daughters. Let's just go with a diplomatic education there. Who else could we give to? My court tutor. She doesn't like me very much. There we go. Sorted. Not going to bother changing names because I don't know any African names, if I'm really honest. And so these are as good as any as far as I'm concerned. So could look at trying to change the religion there. That would be a good thing. 16 years to do that. Try and get control of these counties. I don't think we need to, we don't want to expand too far too fast, but ooh, can bring an agent in. 75. Oof, no. Let's see if we can do anything with this money. Let's see. 200. Oh, it's prestige we're lacking. Can we get any prestige? How much money did we need there? I didn't look. 75 gold, so we've not got a lot of gold to spare, but we've got a little bit. Could we use that on getting any more prestige? How much does a hunt cost? 33. Well, we could do that. Let's go for a hunt. We should get a little bit of prestige. We can save up 75. We could even go raiding. That's something we could do. Let's do that first. So, because obviously we're pagan. So if we raise our troops as raiders. And let's have a look on here. Let's see. Who has got not many men who could counter me? So he's the Sultan, so obviously we want to be careful of him. He's got plenty of men, but he's only got 296 men. So I'm thinking we perhaps go raiding somewhere along the coast. Somewhere that's not got many men, but and is far enough away from someone who has, so as to not challenge us. So I'm thinking this corner. Try and get a little bit of extra gold and prestige that way, and that might work nicely. Paging heart, just as my wife, yeah, and I crest a hill, we hear it. The snapping of twigs, the rustle of branches, birds screaming in fright. They are heralds announcing its arrival. A massive heart heading straight for us. It's Pathan's here with me, so 14% chance I'm killed. I like the idea. I don't think much of my chances of surviving. Can I alter those chances? I mean, she's not going to give me a great deal. Still 14%. Okay. So I either give away a weak favour hook on her, which I think giving away hooks is always a bad idea, and I lose prestige, which is what I'm trying to gain. I'd go negative with prestige, in fact. Or I can risk it for a biscuit there. Ooh, I think we have to risk it. I gained a hunting trophy. That's nice. So I've got some prestige and a hunting trophy. What does that give me? I got more prestige there. Drawn to an end. Mount our horses, leave the hills behind us. The servants prepare the heart. Another game for the journey back. Excellent. What does the hunting trophy give us? It gives us more prestige each month. So that worked out nicely. So I now possibly have enough prestige, but not enough gold now. So let's see what we can do. Let's get a little bit more of both. Let's get our men aboard ship, and we'll send them off the coast over here. Thinking around this corner somewhere. We're far enough away from the bigger characters to see them come in and hopefully make a run for it if a larger army comes. So, are we nearly there yet? Sound like a kid. There we go. Right. Scheme discovered. Well, that's not very good. Looks like that's not going to pan out, so let's just ditch that. Okay, so let's see, where we're going to land. This guy's only got 293. There's a bit of gold here to loot. So let's loot it. So, be a nice little supply of income. Taking extra loot, extra gold. 10 from that one. 3. Go that way. I think we're gonna head that way and stay away from that fella who is obviously coming for us, which is not good. Hopefully we can try and outrun him. Oh dear. Thinking in my head. Oh dear, that's not gone very well, has it? Oh dear, no, that didn't go very well. Our raiding career's not getting off to a very good start. Who have we got now? Yet another daughter. We seem to be good at them. So, let's go for a learning focus. We've not had one of them yet. And we'll give the education to you. You don't like us very much. Handsome. Yep, we can have some gold. But, yes, that didn't go very well. We didn't lose too many men, I suppose, but it could have gone a lot better. So, are there any other targets that we could look at raiding? That might be a good one. Yes, even the main liege hasn't got many men. So let's try that again, shall we? Let's head over here, head by ship. And we can land and try and raid this area instead. I didn't think, I know obviously it's raiding and stuff, and I think that was that guy independent? Yeah, he is. He's independent. So I didn't expect that Duke to bring his troops into neighbouring territory to defend. So that was unusual. Was unexpected. But, 14 raid loot. This will be better, this area anyway. So, let's see what we can do. Hopefully no one comes and decides to kick the stuffing out of us again with this one. 3 years left on control. Right, let's keep it going. Have we got any other captives? No one have any interest there yet. Ooh, you're interesting. We'll recruit you. Demand your conversion and recruit. You'd be very useful. What have we got here? My daughter's come of age. So she's a drunkard, which isn't the best. She's my player heir. It's a shame. This is my heir. I prefer to have the lad. Especially since he's looking like the better character. Granted, her husband has got some really good traits, and that would be really good to get into the line, so maybe that's better. She's not terrible, but that's a shame. I wonder if we can look at that. Look at the succession laws, perhaps. Maybe there's a way to alter them. Let's concentrate one thing at a time. So gender law equal. Confederate partisans. I haven't really got any other options. So it looks like I'm stuck with what I get. My lands are going to be handed out. So that sucks. But just make the most of it, I guess. Have to do some wars to try and recapture lands from siblings, I guess. That's plundered away, but that way we're not technically revoking them, we don't get a piety penalty. But let's just see if we can get a little bit of extra income. One more should do us. That'll do, and we'll take the troops home. Speed that up a bit. There we go. And then, ooh, come into fighters. Gonna go. Oh, it's going to be rather close, but we've won. That was nearly all for naught. So we're getting away with technically more gold than we can carry. But I'll head home and unload. And that'll bring us a little bit of prestige as well, and that should allow us to should put us back over the prestige, hopefully. And we can then build something and expand that. There we go. Lovely. So let's start with, what should we start with? We could go with improving our levies, tax, or defences. That'll give us levies as well. I think we'll do that. Let's do that. Let's get some palisades going, and that will help in the long run. Now this fella, let's increase speed and then we can get our levies back up a little bit faster. But kidnapper, yes, I could look at doing something like that. Could look at trying to kidnap him, abduct. Yeah. So there's two targets we could go for. We could look at trying to take some territory off him. So he's got 877 men. We've still got our ally, I believe. He's got 500 and odd men. We will have just over 1,000. Trusting, patient. Well, looks like we're not going to be playing as him. And his opinion of liege, let's go with trusting, because our daughter will be his liege, and that would be good. So we could look at, what's this? It is well known fact that courtiers will scheme and plot, but I may be able to use this to my advantage. If I could keep my courtiers suspicious of each other and distracted with infighting, they will not have the time or resources to scheme against me. Begin spreading rumours at once. That looks fairly well likely to work. Did it work? The rumours cause my courtiers to distrust each other. Brilliant. Excellent. So let's have a quick look at this. Not this one, it's this one. Yes, there we go. So we could look at trying to... I've done that wrong. I want... There's the title for that one. There we are. Yes, so we could look at trying to take that, the rest of that duchy. That might be a good thing. And what that might do then, in fact it probably would, is give that duchy to our son. So that would mean that would break away when we die, but might give us more lands here for us to inherit, and we don't have to go to war for them again. So why don't we look at doing that? Can bring our ally into it. We need more prestige, that's why. Let's do a feast. Get some prestige. My lord, the wine we cracked open our next barrel, it has gone bad. It has all gone bad. The feast is raging, but without drink, the mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. So everyone will like us more. We've fought the thirst, gives us more prestige. Or we lose prestige. Well, the whole point is trying to do it, so let's trade gold for prestige. Eyes widen at my words, I realise what I've just admitted to. I struggle to push my tankard away. I've had too much to drink. I've tried to get up, wobbling a little. Don't trust a word I say. What have I done? She learns of my attempted murder secrets. It's my wife. Oh dear. Right, so that's the end of the feast. Everyone's going home. I get more prestige. I've now got enough for the war. So I need to be illustrious. So I'm not there, so I can't get the full duchy, but does he actually have the duchy title? No, he doesn't. That doesn't exist yet. So what I could do is I could look at trying to take that one, take Tangiers, and I can then possibly get the duchy title. Let's bring my ally into this. Ooh, I can ransom someone as well. Brilliant. Bit of gold. And I can vassalise that other chap. I'm not sure if I want to though. But for now we'll call him in. Could always vassalise him, I suppose, and then revoke his title. But I don't know. Make a reasonable steward. I don't know, we'll think about it. For now, let's just bring him into the war. And let's raise our men. There we are. And we'll land. These troops are going there, so we'll just land straight in. Land straight in here. And besiege his lands down. Yes, he's probably going to besiege that down, but it's got 5 control anyway. It's not going to make a massive difference. So, yet another daughter. We'll have to start marrying some of these off at some point. Oh, I don't know what difference does it make. We'll go for a diplomatic. Sure, I'll be the guardian. Move on. So, child of my dynasty. So this is my player own daughter. Right, so my granddaughter. So it's another daughter. We'll go with diplomatic for her as well, because she's going to need to make friends, I think. I think my wife and Chancellor. Yeah, we'll go with her. That seems sensible. So conquered that one. Yes, you can be brave. Conquered that one, and that's the end of the war. Forest of my dreams. Through my efforts to become a truly feared and respected figure, a vast number of guilty and disloyal persons have ended up in my dungeon. Many lowly cutthroats and pickpockets from the countryside and the cities await their fate. Apart from society, but I perhaps have a better idea for them. In my macabre machinations is the word. I envision a forest of impaled lowlifes and traitors surrounding Madeira on all sides, a grim reminder to everyone of what happens when Menciato is betrayed. Is that my family name? I guess. Oh no, that's the ducal title. There we go. I see row after row of common criminals spreading out into the horizon, the hills stained with their blood. With a little work, we may round up enough of these vermin to make my dream a reality. Let's get started. This is an act of tyranny. I would think it is. Or I can't do that, and I get some piety. Wow. Well, okay. Well, that's certainly an interesting vision. I mean, I don't really want the tyranny, but a little bit might not be terrible, and it is sort of his personality, so what the hell, let's go for it. It'll make everyone fear me a little bit, if nothing else. Right, so that war's done. Let's have a look at what prisoners we've got. We've only got this chap, who I think was from before anyway. He's not from this war. Can I ransom him? No. I suppose I could convert him and educate him and make him into something useful possibly, so we'll go with that. But otherwise I think we simply for that. There we go. And so now we've got 2 of these, and so that would be enough. We just need some gold in order to create a second duchy title, and that would, I think, possibly, there you go, that's it. So the heir to the Duchy of Riff. So he will take that, and that means 2. Well, let's go on to succession. We'll be able to see. So she will take, so our heir will take our main titles. He will then take those titles over there in sort of in North Africa, and this daughter will take. I'm still going to lose that one, aren't I? I'm just losing it to a different child. We'll take that one. So all I will have is Madeira still, which is not so good. But if I'm doing a war to take it back, I'd rather be fighting her than the guy I'm training to be a warrior. So that's something at least. So we've made a bit of progress. We've got a little bit more land, we've got more levies, we've started building on possibly, no, we're almost finished building our first building in there. We'll look at trying to make it into Fortress Madeira. We will look at expanding into here, I think, next time, and in the long run taking, what's that one, is that Tangiers? Yeah, Tangiers, and you know, we'll finish off that, try and expand into here and possibly into there, try and take some coastal land and get some more income, possibly do a bit of more raiding at some point. I can vassalize this chap. Shall I do it? I can always, yes, we'll do that, and that means I've got more troops. Obviously he's not an ally, he's there actually helping me now. Let's assign you to somebody. Educate, oh no, he's already an adult. Never mind. But yeah, fair enough. So, oh, here we go. We'll end with this. Forest of corpses. At last my vision has been brought to life, and the corpses of countless criminals, by the corpses of countless criminals, I stroll with leisure to the ambient sound of squawking birds and gentle drip of stale blood into the sodden ground. I passed by row upon row of nameless lowlifes and bandits, assured that any would-be highwaymen or bandits approaching Madeira can see clearly what happens to those who attempt to sow crime and disorder in Menceo of Al-Yunak. Okay. Upon concluding my tour, I take in one last breath of deathly miasma before returning home, content with my work. And so what do we get for that? Now all will fear the name, me. So I get the nickname the Impaler, always a good nickname I'm sure, and I get some extra holding taxes, so that's nice. A large forest of impaled corpses has been erected in this county. Not quite sure why that gives us more taxes, but it gives us more control growth, more taxes, but a bit less popular opinion. So that's something. So I'm now known as the Impaler, and we've managed to get all these lands. We should probably assign him to my council. He's not as good as her, but he is a powerful vassal, so we'll do that. We can assign her to get some control going over there. 12 years left on that. He's got 2 years left on changing the culture, and there's 14 years left on that. So I doubt if I did that, that's not going to make any difference whatsoever, but it will take away some of my domain limit, so we'll leave it like that. So I think we're going to leave it like that again for today. So again, thank you for joining us. Please do comment, like, subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd love to have people subscribe to the channel and follow this as we go forward. And hopefully it's going to be a really, really nice series. But otherwise, thank you for joining us on this one, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.